So welcome to another tutorial, guys. In this one I'll be showing you how to file your tax refund for free using efile.com. So as you can see, I'm on IDME and IRS, the previous page. So you need to have your IDME verified, obviously, and then you log into your IRS with your verified IDME to check the status of your tax return. And also, I would have just jumped straight into the e-file process, but I wanted to shed some light on IRS site. So yep. So we're using efile.com in this tutorial. So yeah, that's my IDME wallet. It's verified. So basically I've logged into the account and then I go to my IRS and then log in with my verified IDME. So basically on your IRS account, there are several options for you to explore. Okay, so you can check your AGI for last year tax return. You can request for a transcript and a bunch of other options are available to you. You just check the IRS website when you're logging with your IDME. Like I said earlier, I wanted to shed more light on the IRS site before I proceed to the e-file tutorial. So going to the tax record option on the menu bar, you can see from there you can request for a transcript. Now the transcript will contain your AGI from your prior tax return, the return tax refund you filed last. So if you are unable to access your information online, you can actually request for a transcript from your IRS account. Okay, so basically that's how you request for a transcript. You let them know the exact reason, and in most cases it's because you want to get your AGI, which is your adjusted gross income for your previous tax year, which you will be needing in most cases to file your current tax return. Okay, we all know the AGI is very important in most cases. So that is that about the IRS basically. So now we jump into the e-filing tutorial. So basically you have my e-file account. I already created an account. I signed in. So basically you go to efile.com, you sign up, you register an account, and then you follow this process. So for filing a single, click next, then no, can you be claimed as a dependent, and then you put in your information. I skip that. Your social security number, I'll be skipping that as well. And then you put in your birthday, I'll be skipping that as well. Right, so just follow the tutorial accordingly. This is efile.com. I received some requests in my DM and in the comment section to drop a tutorial on e-file. Okay, so I decided to drop this one. So basically put in all of your personal information, the information you're using to file your tax. Basically that's it. So I skipped the information, my name, the name rather, and the other sensitive info. So in the occupation you put in secretary, or you can put in self-employed, but I recommend you put secretary for now. Okay, then you put in a phone number, and then you put in your mailing address, which is your current address, your current mailing address. Okay, then what state did you live in during 2022? So in my case, Michigan is what I'm filing for. So you choose the resident city in Michigan under If you are not able to find your resident city, you just select my city isn't listed below. So I don't think I couldn't find the resident city. So I'll just go with my city isn't listed below. Click next. So what is your school district? So ensure to do your research, Google to get this info. So I got my school district. Next. So are you a full-time student? No. No. Would you like no? Were you blind at the end of 2022? No. Now, then it takes you to this page where it's asks you whether you want to add your state return. Now on e-file, state returns are not free. It costs $29.95. That's $29.95. So if you are going to pay for that, you can pay for that or you can skip that. Okay, but I'll skip the state return in the meantime. Okay, so then you proceed and then let's get started. So do you have W2? So yes, you're gonna click yes. Remember, you're filing this without no job. Okay, you don't need a job to file this and you get your maximum refund. Okay, so you just follow the instructions. When you've selected a W2, the EIN you'll be using is the EIN you can see on the screen, and the employer name is going to be a company known as Kavana Co. And if you do not know, Kavana Co is an online trading company that sells cars, automobiles. So you basically want to use that as your EIN, and then you put in the company's address. You just put in the exact address you see on the screen. Okay, that is what you'll be using for your W2. Okay, and then if you have an actual W2, you put in the right information. If you don't have a W2, you use this information I've used. So is the name and address on W2 same? Obviously. So yes. If it's not the same, you select no, but in my case it's the same, so I'm going with yes. I hope you're following. Okay, so now we are in the very important section of the filing process. So this is where you need to take your time, and this is what determines what your refund amount will be, and this is also what determines whether your refund will be accepted. This is also one of the factors that determine whether your refund is going to be accepted or rejected. So first thing we need to do is go to the Forbes tax brackets to get the appropriate ideal info about the tax for the taxable income on a certain amount of wage. So on this page you're going to see the info there. So you see the amount of tax you pay for the income you earn would vary depending on the amount. So you'll be using this tax calculator, this info here, to do your deductions. Okay, so I'm gonna set my wages to let me say okay, let's do $120,000. Okay, that's just for start. Okay, you can go above this, you can go to like $500,000, 600. Okay, it's your choice, but I just want to start with $120,000. Okay, so just follow my instructions accordingly. So now the federal tax withheld. Okay, so now we'll go to the tax brackets on Forbes, and we need to check to know exactly what the tax for the federal tax amount of federal tax withheld should be. So it's my wages were like my wages were $120,000. So it's in the category of over 89, but not over 170. Okay, therefore what you're gonna do is 15,213 or 50 plus 24% of excess over 89, $0.075. So you're gonna subtract 89075 from the amount which I put, which is 120,000. Okay, when you subtract that, you would get the excess, and then you get 24% of the excess. Okay, so now we're going to get 24% of 30,925. So basically do 30,925 minus 24%. Okay, 30,925 minus 24%. That should give us 7,422. So now you add that to 15,213.50. Okay, so you just pay attention closely so you do not make any mistakes. Okay, so I'm adding that to 15,213.50 to get the correct tax that should be withheld for the federal taxes. So the amount is 22,635, having applied the instruction from Forbes tax bracket. So that is the tax withheld for the federal income. Okay, so now we move downwards to the Social Security wages, Medicare wages, and the tax that is to be withheld for the Social Security, and the tax that is to be withheld for the Medicare. So for the Medicare and Social Security wages, I normally put that about $3,000 to $4,000 below the federal wages. So basically my wages, my actual wages. Okay, so my Social Security, like I said, $3,000 to $4,000 below the wages. So I'm gonna make this $116,000 for my Social Security wages. Okay, same with Medicare. I'm also gonna make the Medicare $116,000. Okay, so then now we need to find out the appropriate tax that is withheld for Social Security wages and Medicare wages for the state of Michigan, which is the state I'm filing for. So in your case, you would need to check for whichever state it is you're filing for. For instance, if you're filing for the state of Arizona, you want to go check the Social Security tax for Arizona and Medicare tax for Arizona. Okay, but in my case, I'm filing for Michigan, so I'm gonna go check the Social Security tax for Michigan and Medicare tax for the state of Michigan. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So Michigan Social Security, I have my caps lock on. Michigan Social Security tax, Michigan Social Security wages tax rate. I'm kind of exhausted. That's why my voice sounds low. Anyways, so the Michigan Social Security tax is 6.2%. Okay, So the tax rate on social security wages in the state of Michigan is 6.2. All right. So basically, we're gonna deduct 6.2% from the social security wage, and then now we'll go check the Michigan Medicare tax rate. Now, Michigan Medicare tax rate happens to be 1.45%. So that is 1.45 percentage of your Medicare wages. So you're gonna subtract 1.45% from your Medicare wages. So let's go back to the application and apply it. I'm doing all this on an RDP, as you can see. So right in the social security tax withheld, it said 6.2%. Be sure to confirm. Okay, be sure to confirm, check well so that you do not use the incorrect value, as it might result in your application getting rejected. So basically 6.2% of 116,000. So we're gonna do $116,000, 116,000 minus 6.2%, and that's gonna give me $7,192. So that's the social security tax for the wages I put in. And then in the case of Medicare, which said 1.5, we're going to do 116,000 minus 1.45%. So we're going to get the appropriate Medicare tax. So the Medicare tax is $1,682. So those are the appropriate values. Okay, so we should check the tax rate for Social Security and Medicare for a state. Okay, and then click next. Now you basically want to skip all of this other boxes unless you have the information. Okay, because this tutorial is for basically, with this tutorial, you know, like I said earlier in the beginning, you're filing without a job. You don't need no job to file the tax. So okay, so this is just like basically hack tutorial. So basically you want to skip your state taxes as well. I'm gonna skip the state taxes for now. Okay, I'm gonna skip the state taxes. I might drop another tutorial where I include the state taxes, but I'm gonna skip the state taxes. So I've been filled all that. You click next, and then you can see my federal refund is $3,107. Yeah, it looks kind of, it doesn't look so big, but it's the appropriate amount of tax. Okay, so you need to be careful. Okay, you don't just jump into getting refunds of 100K without following the proper procedure. However, I'm going to show you how you can increase this refund to whichever amount it is you desire. Okay, with or without a job. Okay, and in this case we're working without a job. So you basically want to go back, to your W2 form, and then you want to go tweak some of the values there. So I'm going to quickly go tweak the wages. I'm just going to increase it to, let's say okay, let me see. I just want you guys to understand how you would be able to, you know, tweak your application to get yourself your maximum refund. Okay, by the way, there's a private PDF or e-file that's would show you how to file as self-employed or using the retirement option, and a couple of other options. Okay, the PDF is a private PDF. You just hit me my DM if you're interested in PDF. So back to the tutorial. So I increased the value to 200,000. The previous value was 120. I just increased by 80. You can set yours to like 600, 400, but I advise keep it below 600, especially when you file in say others, especially when you're filing status is single. When you file single, so you want to keep it below 600 in most cases. Anyways, you can take it to whatever value it is you wish, your choice. Okay, but I'm just trying to be on the safe side, so I kind of keep it kind of like moderate. So now, since I increased the wages to 200,000, we're going to deduct you look in the tax bracket and it's 200,000 is over 170, but not over 215. So basically we're doing 32% of the excess plus 34,647. Hope you follow. Okay, and then so basically the excess in this case is 29,950. So you want to do 32% of 29,950, and then you add that to 34,647. Okay, so 29,950 minus 32% gives me 9,584. So you want to add that to 34,647. All right, so you add that to 34,647. Okay, I hope you understand this. If you do not understand, just drop a comment and I would reply you, and you can chat me my DM for a better understanding of a private tutorial. So basically I'm going over it again. As you can see, I just subtracted that again, and you can see the excess is 29,950 minus 32%, 9,584. So now you're going to add 9,584 to 34,647. That is because I used my wage was set to 200, and 200 is over 170 but not over 215. Okay, I hope you got the following. So at the end of the calculation, we are going to be arriving at exactly 44,231.5. So $44,231.05. So that is going to be the tax withheld for a wage of 200,000. All right, that is the appropriate amount of tax that is to be withheld. So now I just tweak my values, and then so go to the Social Security. Like I said earlier, I keep Social Security $3,000 to $4,000 below the wages. So I'm setting that to 196, and then you want to basically deduct 6.2% from 196,000. Okay, remember, and let me remind you guys, be sure to check for your state. Do not make the mistake of using my state Social Security tax rate and Medicare tax rate. Check yours. Okay, so having deducted 6.2% of 196, we basically have 12,152. That is 6.2% of 196. And then the Medicare same value 196, and then we're going to deduct 1.45% from that. Okay, so 196,000 minus 1.45 percentage, that's 2,842. So the Medicare tax should be 2,842. Okay, 2,842. So having tweaked the values, now I'm gonna save, continue, and as you can see, the refund has increased to $4,000, 144. Okay, so now if you wish to have this increase even further, you just basically need to go back to your wages and set it to a higher amount. Follow your tax bracket, follow your state tax, follow the tax rate for your state and the Medicare tax rate. So just follow the instructions, click continue. Your federal return, did you receive? You want to click no. Just follow the instructions on the screen. Do you have interest? No. So your federal return is ready to file. Finish your federal. So you can add your state return. Just take note that you're going to pay for the state return is $29.95 for the state return. So I'm going to skip the state return right now. I'm just going to skip it. Okay. I'm going to skip the state return. I won't be adding the state return. Okay, because I won't file this for free. Remember I told you this is a free file tutorial where you get your refund without a job. So now file now. Remember, skip the state return. I just follow the instructions on the screen. Continue filing. Next steps, continue filing. Continue filing. So you're gonna see some options offered by eFile. So no thanks, you don't want to use them because you're gonna pay. And then you want to sign your eFile application by putting in your applicant's name, which is the name on the name of the information you use in applying, basically. Yeah, the name. So you put that in there. So you put in that information, and then you basically want to accept. You want to accept having put in the information right there. You want to accept. Yes, so you can see which are getting charged for the federal tax return. It costs $39. So how do you pay for this? You have two options to pay. You can pay with your credit card, or you can pay with an option called eCollect TM, where they actually deduct this fee from your refund. So that is the option we are going for, and that is the option I recommend you go for. Unless you want to pay with your credit card, you just select the eCollect and you don't have to worry about paying with any credit card. You select eCollect and then continue to payment. So basically they're going to deduct this $39 from your refund. So now you know eFile is not free. Okay, eFile charges for their return application. So you're going to be taken to this page where you need to put in your ID information for verification, and then put in the bank information where you want your refund to be sent. So I'm going to skip this part. Okay, so having put all the information, and then next, you accept, and next. So begin signing your return. Did you file a tax return with the Internal Revenue Service last year? If you did, you want to let them know. If you didn't, in my case, I did not, so I'm clicking no. Did IRS issue you an IP pin? No. If you have one, click yes. So now I'm going to set an IP pin for this application. I'm going to skip that because I don't want you guys seeing the IP pin. It's just for confidential reasons and YouTube's policy, and I'm not trying to like share information on with you guys. I mean, you guys probably gonna try to scam me. Anyways, so at this point you want to set your pin, ensure it's something you can remember, because it should be, that pin will be required during your next during the next tax return. So basically you take it to this page. Congratulations, you're ready to e-file, and then you want to just bypass the robot check and then e-file your return, and your return has been e-filed. So basically that's how it's done, and you're good. So basically you're done with the application. That's how you file for free using e-file. All right, So then you click continue, and then you wait for an email letting you know whether your return was accepted or rejected. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new.